morning. It's October 20th, 2013. This is Aikido of Central New Mexico and Albuquerque, New Mexico. This morning we're going to spend an hour working on the 20-jo suburi. In Japanese it's called Niju Pon or Niju-jo suburi. Jo is the staff we use. Pon is the way they count in Japanese. Pon means a long, narrow object. So I usually say Niju Pon suburi. So we'll start out with a little bit of a review because we did the first 10 last week. Then we'll work on the second 10. If we have time, we'll work on some partner practices. We have a nice big sign here as our sensei in Chicago, who's the head of the Aikido World Alliance, and it has information on Aikido Central New Mexico. The first class that we had last week is archived on Ustream under the channel Aikido ADQ. So if you'd like to review it, or you want to review this class after it's over, you can go there and it's free of charge. Yes. Great. Please stand up. Spread out just a little. So, a quick review. This is the basic stance, which is called kamae. We stand with our forearm almost on a straight line with the jo. It drops a little bit, not much. You certainly don't want to hold it down here. In Iwama style Aiki, we don't hold our hand on the bottom. You see a lot of that. It's rolled on top. You bend your knees. We don't ski high, and we don't pick up our back foot. We don't extend our arms. The ski looks like this. You probably can't hear it, but my arm is actually hitting me in the side. It's a short stroke, but it's very powerful. And we're going to repeat the first 10 briefly, then we're going to work on the second 10. So what we're going to do, because normally we would train facing the showman, we're going to train facing the camera. So get behind me, please. We're still feeling this out as far as technical production. So the first 5 are what are called skis, which is spelled T-S-U-K-I. I'm going to do it sideways, they'll do it frontways. So we start out, Niju Pon suburi.
Niju Pon suburi.
Ski no bu.
Ski no bu.
The first one is Chokutsuki.
Chokutsuki.
Hajime.
Hey.
Now to show you that in slow motion, you lean a little bit into it. You grab right under your hand, slide your hand down, and you put it right on your hip, and you ski. Again. Chokutsuki.
Chokutsuki.
Hajime. Hey. Again. Hajime.
Hey.
Chokutsuki.
Chokutsuki.
Hajime.
Hey.
The second one is called Kaishitsuki. And Kaishi means to reverse. So, I forgot to tell you, choku means straight. So chokutsuki is a straight ski. Kaishitsuki, but you step off the line. If Rick just stands here with his jo out, and he skis towards me, well, I want to get out of the way. So, the way to do that, Kaishitsuki. Kaishitsuki.
Kaishitsuki.
Hajime.
Hey.
Hajime.
Hey.
Hajime.
Hey.
The third one is Ushiro-ski. Ushiro means back or behind. So this is in case you have a attacker coming from behind. You put your hand flat here, drop it, flip it up with your arm and step back, and punch. I'll do it from this side so you can see a little better. The hand goes up, it drops. Now you notice this hand is up and this hand is down. Try pushing it with both hands this way and you'll find you don't have the power that you have like this. That's why we do it that way. Ushiroski.
Ushiroski.
Hajime. Ushiroski.
Ushiroski.
Hajime. Ushiroski.
Ushiroski.
Hajime. The fourth one is ski geidan gaishi. We stand in ski kamae. Ski kamae is the ready position that you normally assume with a jo, and it's left foot forward. Very rarely will we stand with a jo right foot forward. It's almost always left foot. Ski geidan gaishi.
Ski geidan gaishi.
We ski, we geidan, we gaishi. Again. Ski geidan gaishi.
Ski geidan gaishi.
Hajime. Again. Ski geidan gaishi.
Ski geidan gaishi.
Hajime. Good. Again. Ski geidan gaishi.
Ski geidan gaishi.
Hajime. Okay, the last ski is called ski jodan gaishi. It starts out like the other one. I ski, but now I'm going to step off the line and I'm going to lead with my right foot. I come sideways, I bring this foot in and point it at the person that was standing there, Rick's up. So Rick and I are standing across from each other. He stands still, I ski. Now I step, and you'll notice I'm in hami, pointed right at him. I jodan. That's the first two steps. So it's ski, jodan. Now this move is a little tricky. One of the things a lot of people do, and it causes problems, is they ski and then they slide their hand down. What you're attempting to accomplish is to ski, you go up, and this hand slides here. Then you turn it and put it behind you. If you put the hand down there, it doesn't work so good. Ski, jodan, slide down, turn, let go with your left hand, put it on your right hand, and then I'm not going to strike, but I swing my hip forward. All the power comes from the hip, not from the arms. You swing, this hand slides down, this hand slides down. You get about a little more than a hand width apart, and you strike. And we strike like this. We're throwing it out. We don't strike like we were chopping wood with an axe. So it is a ski, jodan. Guys, let's do that. Joey?
Joey.
Ski jodan gaishi.
Ski jodan gaishi.
Hajime. Again. Hajime. Again. Hajime. Now the next five are shomas. And we start out by saying shomen no bu. I'm going to stand this way. In the shomans, you stand in kin kamae, which is with the right foot forward. You stand as if you were holding a boka, one hand width between your hands. There are five. The first one is called shomen uchi komi. I step back. My jo goes up at a 45-degree angle, and I'm looking under my elbow. I let this drop all the way back, and then I step through. It's again the hip swinging motion to strike. Let's do it together, please. Shomanuchi komi.
Shomanuchi komi.
Hajime. Again. Up. Back. Strike. Again. You may. The next one is called Rinzoku Uchikomi. It starts out like the first one. I step up, back, strike. Then I do a reverse yoku. Notice I get off the line. One of the things you'll notice is in Iwama Aikido and Aikiken, our shomen and yokemen look very much the same. You'll see a lot of schools where they kind of swing sideways, maybe not that much, but they swing like this. In Iwama style, you don't do that. You change the angle with your body, not with your arms. So we go up, we strike straight down the midline. Now I'm going to yokeman. I bring it behind me, step, step, I strike straight down the midline. It's always down the midline. There aren't any like this. We call this roping. We don't rope. Okay, ready? Rinzoku Uchikomi.
Rinzoku Uchikomi.
Hajime. Up. Strike. Strike. Again. Up. Strike. Strike. Two more times. Ready? Hajime. Strike. 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 One more. Hajime. Strike. 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 Good. The next one is Shomanuchi Geidan Gaishi. Starts out like the first two. We go up, back, strike, Geidan Gaishi. Two times, please. Hajime. Up, back, strike, Geidan, strike. Again. Hajime. Strike. 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 Good. The next one is Shomanuchi Ushiroski. If you think you see a pattern here, there is a pattern. We do a lot of Geidan Gaishis, yokomans, shomans, skis, and all we do with these suburis is we're learning the basic movement patterns that we'll use for katas and partner practices. There are 20 of these basic patterns, and you can put them together, and that's what we do. The next one is Shomanuchi Ushiroski. You go up, back, strike, slide your hand forward, and punch. It does slide through like a pool cue, but the hand does not pass the breastbone. We don't do this. Hey, it's a short stroke. You move your hips as you do it. You go up, strike, hey, you step into it. You're actually striking with your hips. Let's try it, please. Shomanuchi Ushiroski.
Shomanuchi Ushiroski.
Hajime. Strike. 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 Again. Shomanuchi Ushiroski.
Shomanuchi Ushiroski.
Hajime. Strike. 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 Good. The next one is Gyako Yokoman Ushiroski. Gyako means reverse, or opposite side. And so we start out with a yokoman, but it goes here. Your hand that's here goes forward, and you do the Ushiroski. I'll do it from this side. Gyako Yokoman Ushiroski. Hit. Hit. Practice. Gyako Yokoman Ushiroski.
Gyako Yokoman Ushiroski.
Hajime. Again. Hajime. Good. By the way, these are 4 students from the school. They're all doing it very well. Okay, now we're going to pick up, this is where we finished on last Sunday. Now we're going to do 3 that are called the katates. The first one is called Katate Geidan Gaishi. I start in ski kamae, and I step off like this, but I pointed at that person. And then I do a low to high strike. Hey. Hey. Michael over there. So this is actually designed to strike the ear. I'm going to pretend this is his ear. So I'm here. That's the whole motion. I'll do it again. Hey. Hey. Okay, you were right. We need to spread out a little bit. Move a little forward and a little backwards. Okay. Katate gate on Gaishi.
Katate gate on Gaishi.
Hajime.
Right. Right.
Good. Again. Katate gate on Gaishi.
Katate gate on Gaishi.
Hajime.
Right. Right.
Now, one of the things you want to be careful of, left on Gaishi, is not to move, just stand like that. So if I'm here, if you go way back, you miss because you've gotten away from it too much. So you have to watch your mind, which is distance. So I prefer to see you go here, and then it's pretty easy to hit. So be aware of stepping too far back, and you miss. This is a martial art. Come again. Let's do it a couple more times. Katate gate on Gaishi.
Katate gate on Gaishi.
Hajime.
Right. Right.
Good. One more time. Katate gate on Gaishi.
Katate gate on Gaishi.
Hajime.
Right. Right.
Also, you want to strike from low to high. I see some of my students are striking like this. They raise their hand up and then they swing it across. More down here, and you come up. Try it again.
Right.
Katate gate on Gaishi.
Katate gate on Gaishi.
Hajime.
Right. Right.
Better. Okay. The next one is called Tomo Katate Uchi. And you see variations of this in other schools of Aikido. I've seen 2 or 3 schools do something very similar. You start out, you can start like this, or you can start in ski kamae. I prefer ski kamae. And I'm going to stand at a little bit of an angle. So what happens is I go back and just off the line, and I put it here. And then it's a high to low strike. So, I'm here. I leave my hand out here because if this Joe is really accelerating, I want to kind of catch it and then decelerate it. I don't want to swing it all the way to here. You can hurt your own hand. So, it's back, swing. So, we're going to do this 2 at a time. Michael and left. Step forward. Tomo Katate Uchi.
Tomo Katate Uchi.
Hajime. So what we want to do is, if you're on a line here, you want to step off and to the left. There you go. Do it again. Tomo Katate Uchi.
Tomo Katate Uchi.
Hajime. Good. Back it up. Rebecca and Rick. Tomo Katate Uchi. Tomo Katate Uchi.
Tomo Katate Uchi.
Hajime.
Right.
Again. Put your Joe level to the floor. Tomo Katate Uchi.
Tomo Katate Uchi.
Hajime.
Right.
Okay, now this is the basis of one of the kumijos, the 4th kumijo, Rick. So, he stands across from me. I open. He skis. I step back. Then, as I come, he jodans. He slide steps back. I barely catch it. I catch here. Now he drops his right wrist to his waist, and skis.
Right.
But I move out of the way. This is the fourth kumijo. Yan no kumijo. One more time. I open. Hit. 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 Like I told you a little earlier in this class, these movements make the basis for the kumijos and the jokatas. Okay, we're going to go on now to the last one. It's called Katate Haji Noji Gaishi. And I will demonstrate it. This one you start with the jo between your feet. You're in hamni. Now, the only movement with your feet is this. You step forward and you step back. Forward and back. You step forward, strike, strike, and go to a hasso. Hip, hip. Let's try that. Two, come forward, maybe. I think we might need space. We'll all do it, but move over a little bit, Rich. Let's just make sure we don't see anything. Okay. Katate Haji Noji Gaishi.
Katate Haji Noji Gaishi.
Hajime. Okay, now everybody stay still. The bottom hand should be roughly shoulder high, and this has to be far enough back that you can't see the jo with your peripheral vision, so he can come forward a little bit. And get it a little bit away, and the jo should be straight up in the air. So your jo should be straight up in the air. Okay, let's do it again. Katate Haji Noji Gaishi.
Katate Haji Noji Gaishi.
Hajime.
Right.
Okay. You two back up. We're back now. We got it. So this is, I always make a joke, it's like the Three Stooges when they go boop, boop. That's what we're doing here. Holding Joe out. So once again, it's about an ear level strike. So I'm standing here. I think she moved. What do you think?
Excuse me.
Okay. 1, 2. Bring it back faster. 8. That's the movement. Bang, bang. Okay. Rick and Michael, let's see you do it to each other. They didn't know I was going to make them do this.
Right.
Okay, Michael's turn. You're a little too close to each other. Do it again. Good movement, Rick. Good. Okay, we're back and left. Okay, stop. Good. That's good. Okay, so what makes it difficult for you is this strike's okay, but then you take it down here, and it's hard to get it back up. So you want to go here. Better. Okay. Those are the 3 katates. So, let's do them all together. The first one's no problem, but we'll have to space the others. Katate no bu.
Katate no Ru.
Katate geiran gaishi.
Katate Geiran Gaishi.
Hajime. Hey. Tomo katate uchi.
Tomo Katate Uchi.
Hajime. Katate haji noji gaishi.
Katate Haji Noji Gaishi.
Hajime. Again. Katate, haji, noji, gaishi.
Katate, haji, noji, gaishi.
Hajime. Good. Okay, the next 5 are the hasos. There's a basic movement, haso gaishi, and it's like this. You're standing in kin kamai. You pull your jaw back a little bit and get your right hand about here. Then you bring the jaw in front of your right knee and straight up and down. You're not really gripping with the left hand. You step back, and as you do, you push it, and it should inscribe like a Ferris wheel. You'll see people do it this way. They throw it sideways. It's not so good. You want to go like this, and then you come to the haso place. There are 5 of these, and they all start exactly the same. After that, you switch hands. Then you go to the 5 individual movements. So one more time. Switch. Let's just do that part. Hajime. Again. Hajime. Switch hand. Again. Hajime. Good. Okay, now the very first one we're going to do is called Haso Gaishi Uchi. Uchi means strike. So we're going to do a strike. So it's here, here, hand switch, drop it behind, and strike down the midline. Everybody together? Haso Gaishi Uchi.
Haso gaishi uchi.
Hajime. Hey. Hey. I think Michael just did Andrew Sato, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he missed me.
Rule number 4.
Rule number 4. We have rules in the dojo. Rule number 4, nobody hurts the sensei. It's an important rule. Hasan Gaishi Uchi.
Haso gaishi uchi.
Hajime. Hey.
Hey.
Let's do it a couple times. Hasan Gaishi Uchi.
Haso gaishi uchi.
Hajime.
Hey.
Again. Hasan Gaishi Uchi.
Haso gaishi uchi.
Hajime.
Hey.
Good. The next one is Hasan Gaishi Ski. It starts exactly the same as the first one. We're here. We switch hands. Now we want to ski. So we drop the back end of the jaw, put our hand down, not at the end, but about 8 inches from the end, and ski. The reason we wanted to leave the hand here is after we ski, we slide back and we come back to haso. Again, I'll do it for this. Haso Gaishi Ski.
Haso gaishi.
Hip. Hip. So, a lot of times I talk about the movements in Aikido reminding me of a metronome on a piano. You know, somebody punches and I take their balance and then I throw them the other way. We're always moving, it's like a pulse. And it's the same when we use our jo. There's a pulse to the movement. We're not like this, okay? Hasan Gaishi Ski.
Haso gaishi ski.
Hajime.
Hey. Hey. Yeah.
Do it again. Hasan Gaishi Ski.
Haso gaishi ski.
Hajime.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Okay, let's,
Yeah.
she gave me something to work on. Okay. This is Rebecca. Come out here, Rebecca. We'll do this together. Can you see me from that side? All right, so match my movements. So we go forward. We do this. We step back. We pause. We bend our knees. We have a tendency to stiffen our legs when we go back. Bend them. Here. Turn it like this. Slide to here. Ski. Let go with your left hand. hajime. Change, drop, ski, strike. Okay, let's see you do it. For all the thousands of people that watch. Very good. Okay, let's do it as a class. Hasungaishi ski.
Hasungaishi ski.
Hajime.
Right. Right.
Very good. Okay, the next one is Hasungaishi Ushiro ski. So, I'll demonstrate it. We start out exactly the same way. We change hands. Now this time, we drop it this way. Left hand comes loose, comes to here, and we ski. We go to our basic position, hand change, drop it forward, ski. Let's do that together. Hasungaishi ski.
Hasungaishi.
I'm sorry, go on the side. Hasungaishi Ushiro ski.
Hasungaishi Ushiro ski.
Hajime.
Right. Right.
Okay. Let's do it again. Hasungaishi Ushiro ski.
Hasungaishi Ushiro ski.
Hajime.
Right. Right.
Good, again. Hasungaishi Ushiro ski.
Hasungaishi Ushiro ski.
Hajime.
Right. Right.
Good. The next one is, I think, the most difficult of the suburis to do accurately. It's not the most complicated. It starts out exactly the same way. Here. Now, all we're going to do is do this, which seems easy, but it's a piece of, in later lessons, we're going to learn to do the 31 Jokata. What we're trying to do is, when we go back, we want to roll our hands under. If you roll your hands under properly, the jaw will be at about a straight line with your arm. If it's like this, you didn't roll it. So you can self-test it. If you've rolled the hand and the wrist, it's like this. And the reason is, in the 31, we come forward and we strike and we turn it up. And if you're already up, it reduces the power of the strike. So it is here. My first sensei taught me to twirl it a little bit to get the wrist flexible to turn. And then when you turn, see how my wrist turned under? So as you get better, you don't have to do this, but at first, it sets the pattern for you. Hey, hey. See, mine's a little crooked. If I turned it, it'd be more straight. Okay, that's fine. There you go. Hasungaishi Ushiro Uchi.
Hasungaishi Ushiro uchi.
Hajime.
Right. Right.
Okay, let's do it again. Hasungaishi Ushiro Uchi.
Hasungaishi Ushiro uchi.
Hajime.
Right. Right.
Good. Okay, the last one is very similar. It's called Hasungaishi Ushiro Barai. You can also say Harai with an H. I just picked one, I say Barai. Hasungaishi Ushiro Barai. We do the same thing again, except we bring it more in front of us, and then we're here. We come at a 90-degree angle. Just try it, please. This one you'll need to spread out. Hasungaishi Ushiro Barai.
Hasungaishi Ushiro Barai.
Hajime.
Right. Right.
Again. Hasungaishi Ushiro Barai.
Hasungaishi Ushiro Barai.
Hajime.
Right.
So Rebecca, pull your right foot all the way back. There you go. You spin on that foot. Do it again, please. Asan Gaishi Ushiro Barai.
Asam Gaishi Ushiro Barai.
Hajime.
Right.
Good. Now we're going to do all five. Rick, lead all five.
Aye, Sensei.
Hasan Gaishi Uchi,
Let's start out with Asan Nobu.
Hasan Nobu,
Hasan Nobu.
Hasan Gaishi Uchi,
Hasan Gaishi Uchi.
Hajime,
Right.
Hasan Gaishi
Ski.
Ski,
Hasan Gaishi Ski.
Hajime,
Right. Hey.
Hasan Gaishi Ushiro Ski,
Hasan Gaishi Ushiro Ski.
Hajime,
Right. Right. Right.
Good.
Hasan Gaishi Ushiro Uchi,
Hasan Gaishi Ushiro Uchi.
Hajime,
Right. Right.
It's okay. It's kind of crowded.
Hasan Gaishi Ushiro Barai,
Hasan Gaishi Ushiro Barai.
Hajime,
Right. Right.
Okay. Well, we've done 18. There are 2 left. These are the Nagati Nobus. There's 2. The first one is called Hadari Nagati Gaishi Uchi. I step back. I look under my arm. I'm at a 45-degree angle. I drop. I strike. I let go with my left hand. I drop the jo and I do Zingo Undo. See how I turn my right foot, I turn my left foot. I form what I like to call an equilateral triangle. I drop it. I strike. Again. Hidari Nagati Gaishi Uchi. I go up. I strike. Zingo Undo. Strike. One more time. Hidari Nagati Gaishi Uchi. I go up, back, strike. Left hand releases, strike. Let's do it as well. So do it on my count, okay? Well, I know some of you haven't done this one very much. So step back, hands above your head, jaw pointed toward the ceiling. Strike.
Right.
Now, you do Zingo Undo, and as you do that, let go with your left hand. Now, and strike again.
Right.
Let's do it again. Hidari Nagati Gaishi Uchi.
Hidari Nagati Gaishi Uchi.
Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Hidari Nagati Gaishi Uchi.
Hidari Nagati Gaishi Uchi.
Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Good 2 times. I'm not going to count. Just go ahead and do it. Hidari Nagati Gaishi Uchi.
Hidari Nagati Gaishi Uchi.
Hajime.
Right. Right. Yeah. Right.
Again. Hidari Nagati Gaishi Uchi.
Hidari Nagati Gaishi Uchi.
Hajime.
Right. Right. Yeah. Right.
Good. The next one is called Migi Nagati Gaishi Ski. By the way, I'm sure most of you know this. Hidari means left and Migi means right. So the next one, we still start in Kinkamai. Migi Nagati Gaishi Ski. You start with an immediate yokomen. Then the left hand releases when you pivot and step back. drop into ski kamae and ski. 1, 2, 3, 4. I might be too close to the camera, maybe. We'll start over here. Migi nagari gaishi ski. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that. On my count. Migi nagari gaishi ski.
Migi nagari gaishi ski.
Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Now try to hold the back hand on the end of the jaw. Okay? Migi nagari gaishi ski.
Migi nagari gaishi ski.
Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Migi nagari gaishi ski.
Migi nagari gaishi ski.
Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Migi nagari gaishi ski.
Migi nagari gaishi ski.
Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. Do it twice without me counting. Ready? Hajime. Good. One more time. Migi nagari gaishi ski.
Migi nagari gaishi ski.
Hajime. Good. All right. Now, they talk about there being a 21st one of 20, and all it is we combine the last two. This is called Kadate nagari gaishi uchi migi nagari gaishi ski. Hip, 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 hip. The 21st out of 20. One more time. Migi nagari gaishi uchi. Go on the side. Kadate nagari gaishi uchi migi nagari gaishi ski. I go up, I strike. I release. I strike. I strike. I spin. I drop the ski kamae. I ski. Let's try that. Kadate nagari gaishi uchi migi nagari gaishi ski.
Kadate nagari gaishi uchi migi nagari gaishi ski.
Hajime.
Hey. Hey. Yeah. Hey. 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 Hey.
That was so nice, I'd like to see it again. Well, can you say it?
No, sir.
We'll talk about how do we pronounce all these suburis here in a second. How about you, Michael?
Nagari nagari gaishi uchi, migi nagari gaishi ski.
Hi.
Hajime.
Hey. Yeah. Hey. 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 Hey.
Good. Everybody looks good. Okay, so I have, with the help of a student, put it on, it's in my records, and I can email it to you. And it's all 20 of the suburis with, how to pronounce them, etc. If you'd like a written copy of that, you can send me an email at charles@aikidoabq.com. Just send me an email, and I'll be glad to send it to you in writing. Because it's really nice. The way I learned to pronounce all the words is I put it on the passenger side seat of my car, and when I was driving around town, I'd stop at a light, I'd read one or two, and it took 2 or 3 days, and I could do them all. But that's how I did it. Okay, so now we're going to do them all 20, and I hope you guys are participating. Nijipon Suburi.
Nijipon Suburi.
Ski no bu.
Ski no bu.
Tokutsuki.
Shokutsuki.
Hajime.
Hey.
Kaishitsuki.
Kaishitsuki.
Hajime.
Hey.
Ushirosuki.
Ushirosuki.
Hajime.
Hey.
Ski Geidan Gaishi.
Ski Geidan Gaishi.
Hajime.
Hey.
Ski Jodan Gaishi.
Ski Jodan Gaishi.
Hajime. Shoman Nobu.
Shoman
Shomanuchi Komi.
Shomanuchi Komi.
Hajime. Rinzoku Uchi Komi.
Renzoku Uchikomi.
Hajime. Shomanuchi Geidan Gaishi.
Shomanuchi Geidan Gaishi.
Hajime. Shomanuchi Ushirosuki.
Shomanuchi Ushirosuki.
Hajime. Yako Yokuman Ushirosuki.
Yako Yokuman Ushirosuki.
Hajime. Katate Nobu.
Katate Nobu.
Katate Geidan Gaishi.
Katate Geidan Gaishi.
Hajime. Tomo Katate Nuchi.
Tomo Katate Uchi.
Hajime.
Hey.
I didn't do that one, there's limited space here. Katate Haji Nochi Gaishi.
Katate Haji Noji Gaishi.
Hajime. Hason Gaishi, or Hason Nobu.
Hasan Nobu.
Hason Gaishi Uchi.
Hasan Gaishi Uchi.
Hajime.
Hey.
Hason Gaishi Ski.
Hasan Gaishi Ski.
Hajime. Hason Gaishi Ushirosuki.
Hasan Gaishi Ushirosuki.
Hajime. Hason Gaishi Ushiro Uchi.
Hasan Gaishi Ushiro Uchi.
Hajime. Hason Gaishi Ushiro Barai.
Hasan Gaishi Ushiro Barai.
Hajime.
Hey.
Good. Nagati Nobu.
Nagati Nobu.
Nagati Nagati Gaishi Uchi.
Nagati Nagati Gaishi Uchi.
Hajime.
Hey.
Nigi Nagati Gaishi Tsuki.
Nigi Nagati Gaishi Ski.
Hajime.
Hey.
Nagati Nagati Gaishi Uchi. Nigi Nagati Gaishi Tsuki.
Nagati Nagati Gaishi Uchi. Nigi Nagati Gaishi Ski.
Hajime.
Hey. 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 Hey.
Very nicely done. Okay. So, we have a brand new student, we have a third Q, we have a fourth Q, and we have a fifth Q. They can all do this. I emphasize weapons a lot. Because we strike down the midline all the time with the weapons, our strikes are like sword cuts. And that's the way we throw. We don't throw sideways. So we truly feel in this weapons system that the weapon supports the open-handed techniques because our movement pattern is the same. We're not doing any of this because you don't do that open-handed. Okay, let's do a couple of partner practices. Let's make 2 pairs facing each other. Why don't you and Mike just split up? Okay, the first one that we're going to do, can I take this one? I think we did this last week. It's called Ski Geidan Gaishi. Ski. Geidan. Gaishi. Again. Ski. Geidan. Gaishi. This is one of the suburis. Okay, let's practice that. Joey? Good. Hajime.
Hey.
Just keep practicing. Do it 3 times.
Hey. Yep. Hey. Yep.
Okay, now the next one we're going to do, quick song, is one that's called Roko no Jo. It's 6 steps. So we go ski, jodan, uchi, Gedan, Gaishi, and then we twirl on the set. Ski, Jodan, Uchi, Gedan, Gaishi, reset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Set up with your partner. Ski, come on. Ski. Jodan. Uchi. Gedan. Gaishi. Twirl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, stop. Now, there's one that's almost identical to it. It's called Jokagami 1. And it actually is identical until the very end. So, I'm sorry. Jokagami 1 starts like this. You do Chokutsuki. You do Jodan, Uchi, Gedan, Gaishi. And then instead of twirling, you come up and strike. So it's a 7-step movement. I'll do it one more time. Right here, Chokutsuki, Jodan, Uchi, Gedan, Gaishi. Come up, strike. Let's try that. This is Jokagami 1.
Jokagami 1.
Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm going to count a little faster. You guys were ahead of me, you guys were a little behind me. So it's like the 3 bears. Let's make this just right. All right. Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do it 3 times on your own. And 7. Okay, the next one, there are 5 Kagamis. We'll only do one more today. It's called Jokagami 2. It's identical to Jokagami 1, except it has an extra strike, which puts you on the opposite side. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3. Now you do another yokeman. And this puts you, it finishes exactly the same, except you're on the opposite side. I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do it together, please. Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do it again. Jokagami 2.
Jokagami 2.
Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, do it 3 times on your own. Whenever you're ready. Let me show you one thing.
Nice and shaky.
Exactly, Jackson. Keep your hands a little close together. Okay. Have a seat here, please. So that's going to be it for the teaching today. I'm going to demonstrate something that I'm going to begin teaching next week. In Iwama weapons, the Cadillac of Iwama weapons is called the 31 kata, Sanjuichi no kata. And it's also a 31 kata can be done as a partner practice. So I'm just going to show you what the 31 kata looks like, and next week we'll begin learning it. Sanjuichi no kata. Hajime. I, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju, jui, juni, jusan, jushi, jugo, jurak, jushish, juhash, juku, niju, nijuich, nijuni, nijusan, nijushi, nijugo, nijurak, nijushish, nijuhash, nijuku, sanju, sanjuish. Thank you. We're going to bow out now. Right? Domo arigato gozaimashita.
Arigato gozaimashita.
Arigato.
Arigato, Rebecca.